And boys, we're back here with another Madden video. Today, what I got for y'all is taking a look at all these Ghosts of Muts that are dropping today in Madden 25. Before we get into today's video, I do want to talk about our sponsor real quick, MMOEXP.com. If you guys want an alternative to buying packs, consider buying coins at MMOEXP and make sure to use code DILL at checkout for 5% off your order. Now, usually when we make a video like this, I put all these cards in a tier list and we say like best of position, great, so on like that. However, we're going to change some things up today because I think objectively speaking, these cards are all like elite level, and that goes for even the 90s as well, because of course, if you guys have been following along with Zero Chill at all, you know all these cards get that 0 AP bucket, just like the other Zero Chill cards that have already dropped. So instead of putting these cards in a tier list, we're gonna go one by one and give you guys who I think is the worst to the best. And again, it's kind of, again, once we get towards like the middle of the list, it becomes a little bit subjective because again, all these cards are objectively top end cards in the game, even the 90s. Now in total today, we do have 24 cards, and at our number 24 spot, we're gonna have Jalen Carlisle's right here, and this card is 6'3", so has really good height. What you're gonna see is 92 speed, 88 acceleration. The pass rush is terrible, and he's not really like a pass coverage arc, and we can't see his man or zone stats. This is a card that could be a little bit higher, like he has 90 zone coverage. He's actually a really great linebacker in the game, and a way I like to base this off of, it doesn't always work like this, but if we look at Jalen Carlisle 70 overall, you'll see that he has like 62 zone coverage, and that's like an 8 difference to 70 overall. So if I had to guess, he'd be around like that 80 zone mark at the 90. Again, they could randomly like bump it up crazy, right? But yeah, Jalen Carlisle, just because we know the least about him, he's gonna be someone that should be able to get that 0 AP lurk guard or so, and if his zone is high enough, could get the mid zone knockout. At 23 for me, I'm gonna have left outside linebacker Christian Ellis. Now this card is 6'3", 231, again 92 speed, 94 acceleration, has really high power moves at 91, lower finesse moves, and Christian Ellis as well. This is a card that we want to check out pass rush traits, and we'll see right here that Christian Ellis actually only has the swim move trait on ES. Now why that makes this card bad is he's not going to use this 91 power move rating. He's only going to use 75 finesse moves. So again, going to be another card like him and Jalen are more like a 24A, 24B type situation because they look like potentially the worst cards because their pass rush actually isn't good, and we got to wait on the man or zone. They could be at where it's like a 0 AP unpredictable player, but yeah, those are the two cards that have the most like variable, I would say, on the list. Everyone else, we have a really good idea where they're at. At number 22 for me, I'm going to have Miles Sanders, and this feels like this is a little bit low for him, but like this is a great running back in the game. He's 5'11", 210, 93 speed, 92 acceleration with 80 break tackle. I think this card could be argued maybe better than that stocking stuff for DeAndre Swift and also the stocking stuff for Breece Hall, and I probably would say he is a little bit better, especially with the Ghost of Madden boost. Running back that could potentially get like the RB apprentice as well. I like this Miles Sanders card a ton. Again, 0 AP bucket is super nice. At number 21 for me, I'm just gonna have an overall really just solid safety. We're gonna have Cameron Bynum. Cameron Bynum at the 90 overall, again, is another great person to target for a budget. He's 6 foot, 92 speed with 92 zone coverage, so hits that 90 level of zone. Going to be another potential 0 AP mid zone knockout player, and just getting as many of those as possible. You know how high I am on mid zone knockout if you have been watching the channel, so I think Cameron Bynum is a great over-the-top safety, and I love getting that mid-zone for 0. And right after that, we're going to have like the 90 overall offensive line level, where we're going to have cards like Dominic Puny right here. I think all these cards are right by each other. Again, 1 0 AP bucket, where you can run pass protector or run protector on him, run the ball more, run the run protector, pass the ball more, run the pass protector. Puny right here, 87 pass block finesse, 92 pass block power, 89 run block, solid right guard in the game. We're also going to have JC Latham as well right here, and I think you can debate placement. I will say I like the guys that have 90 pass block finesse, 90 pass block power, 90 run block as their core ratings, like all combo together. JC Latham's also 6'6", 335. Honestly, my favorite one might be Zach Frazier right here. He is someone that has a 92 pass block finesse, 90 pass block power, 90 run block. Like, he is a really great center in the game. And of course, we got to talk about Joe Alt as well. 6'8", 322, big body, 92 pass block finesse, 89 pass block power, 91 run block. And then for the two best 90 overalls, these are like the budget receivers right here. It's going to be Cortland Sutton and Jaden Reed. Now I could see them debated, but I'm going to go Jaden Reed below Cortland Sutton, and I'll explain why. So 5'11", 94 speed, 90s across the board for route running is great. Again, gets that 0 AP bucket. Love the route running on this card, love the speed, but Cortland Sutton, he's 1 speed point slower with a little bit worse route running, but he is 6'4". So that really just comes down to how much you value the tall receivers. I think the tall receivers are really nice to get, so going to be a little bit more higher on Cortland Sutton than Jaden Reed. But again, you can debate that. They're probably the two best budget receivers you could get in the game. And now, all right, that leaves us with the 93 and the 94 overalls. And these cards are all pretty like insane, and they're probably all must have, because look at this right here. They get 2 frozen ability buckets. What that means is You know how we're talking about, oh yeah, they get 0 AP mid zone? These cards are gonna get like 0 AP mid zone with pick artists. You know, like that is pretty nuts. That makes them all like new best at their position, all elite level cards. And that's why, again, I didn't want to just make the tier list today. Now we're talking about value, okay? Who is the worst out of this group? That is a very tough thing to answer. I'm going to go with at number 14, right? We have 14 cards left. I'm going to say the worst is Chris Lindstrom. Oh, man, the offensive lineman. Yeah. 94 pass block finesse, 95 pass block power, 93 run block. You could run pass protector and run protector on this card, which is pretty nice. You could throw an identifier on, like you could do a lot of different ability combos, and it feels kind of criminal to say any of these cards are the objectively the worst. I just don't know how much value Chris Lindstrom's bringing you when we have so many other skill positions to talk about. And after Chris Lindstrom at number 13, I think I'm going to go Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's abilities are going to be fantastic. Gunslinger and something else for 0 AP, that's awesome. But the reason why Peyton Manning's here, I think it's his core ratings. Like, I don't think this card is better than right-handed Mike Vick. Like, I would just run, again, the Gunslinger for 0, the Master Tactician, the Gift Wrapped, and potentially even Quick Draw on Mike Vick, right? I love that card's release. To me, it's just like, he just isn't the fastest, which it's not the end of the world. Like, is Peyton Manning a bad card? No. Is he an elite quarterback in the game? Yes. I just think there's people at his position that may even be better, like I said, with right-handed Mike Vick. And at number 12, again, this is where it gets super, super tough, man, because, man, these cards are all elite. At number 12, I'm going to go with T'Vondre Sweat. And T'Vondre Sweat, he is a big body, 6'5", 366, 86 speed, 97 acceleration with 97 power moves. It's amazing. The one downside on the card is he is not someone that only has the bull rush trait on yes, meaning he's going to use finesse moves. So his 70 finesse moves do slightly hold him back, but again, potential double or nothing for 0 player, inside sub potential as well. Like, there are just so many ability combos you could potentially run this card. It's like, I still think he's an elite level defensive tackle, even if he does have a weakness of finesse moves. I think that's how we're going to do things, okay? Because obviously the top end guys are going to be like that elite level, that crazy level. At number 11, I'm going to go with another card that I do think has a slight weakness. I'm going to go Tavon Austin. And now Tavon Austin right here is a card that should be on your team because he boosts all the Ghost of Mutt and Legends in your lineup to +2 all stats. Like, that is great, right? This is a welcome back player too. 5'8", 185. I don't love the smallest running backs in this game. He's a great receiving back, but man, I feel like the little running backs too, man, kind of fumble a little bit. It's very unlucky if you fumble on conservative, but I mean 70 carrying too. I feel like this is going to be more of a fun card than his actual effectiveness, but yeah, it's like the 70 carry is what I'm really worried about this card, even if you are on conservative. All right, and now we are officially in the top 10 right here, where at number 10, I'm going to go ahead and have Kyle Van Noy. And I think this card is really, really good. He's 6'3", 250 again, double 0 AP buckets when they're a power rusher like this. Edge rusher, I'm thinking like double or nothing, potentially something else too. Maybe even he could get the mid zone knockout. 92 speed, 87 acceleration. He is a card that only has the bull rush move on yes, meaning he's only going to use power moves, not going to use that finesse move rating. Elite level, like he is an elite level edge rusher, coming at the number 10 spot with the 93s because all these cards are such difference makers. At number 9 for me, 9 and number 8, I'm going to go with cards that are elite, but I think there's better cards in their position group today. I'm going to go ahead and go Mike Singletary at number 9. He's 5'11", so that is a little bit shorter. It's not the end of the world, but 94 speed, doesn't hit 90 zone as well, but this is a card that should get mid zone knockout and lurk artist for 0, which is like the combo for middle linebacker. Like, that makes him elite. Like, even if he hit 70 zone, he'd still be elite in my opinion. So that's why he's here. And then right after him, we're going to have Keon Coleman as well. And Keon Coleman, 6'3", 94 speed, 90s across the board for route running. I really don't have an issue with this card at all. I think he's a beast. I really like Keon Coleman's previous card as well. I think this card's going to play amazing. I have no issues with them. I'm looking for like short and elite on these wide receivers and potentially like, I mean, hell, why not throw red zone threat on them? You know, like you just give them something else too, help in the red zone a little bit. But all right, now we're in the top 7 right here. We're at number 7. I'm going to go ahead and go, I think Sean Alexander right here. And Sean Alexander, 5'11". I feel like has a big player model compared to Tavon Austin. 95 speed, 98 acceleration. I think this is probably the best running back in the game now. 80 catching as well, 93 trucking. For the 0 AP buckets, I want something like, after watching the MCS event, man, getting like spin cycle jukebox on your running back or like basically make it evasive seems very, very like powerful. Even potentially bulldozer or like tank on this card too. Bunch of abilities you could potentially get for 0. I like Sean Alexander. I think he's potential best running back in the game, and hell, Dontari Poe looked like the best running back in that event. Now we got 6 cards remaining to cover, and at number 6 for me, I'm going to go ahead and go Ed Reed. And Ed Reed, again, beast. He is a little bit shorter, 5'11", but 95 speed, 94 acceleration, 94 zone, mid-zone pick artist. That's what we're looking for. So yeah, Ed Reed, gonna be a beast, elite level player. And now we are officially in the top 5. We're at number 5 for me. I am just gonna go ahead and go Myles Garrett now. I think this is probably the best pass rusher in the game with the 92 speed, 87 acceleration, block shed, power moves, finesse moves, all phenomenal. And this is a card that, again, double or nothing. There's potential double or nothing edge strike for 0, which I think is nuts. But again, I think like double or nothing inside stuff also makes a ton of sense too. I think he's just the best pass rusher in the game. That's why he's here for me. Now at number 4 for me, I am going to have Brock Bowers right here. And man, does this card look really good, because 6'4", 230. If you're unfamiliar with player models and their importance with tight end, once you get over 245, like Kyle Pitts, I believe he runs a bad post route, but he runs a really good corner. People over 245 start to have that issue, but Brock Bowers is going to move like a receiver. I think he's going to be pretty similar to, if you like Kyle Pitts last year, he might be this year's Kyle Pitts, if that makes sense. And this is the first time he's actually gotten like a beastly card. 95 speed, 90 for short running, 90 for medium. And again, I feel like once your tight end gets that short and elite for 0 AP, can't be manned up. Like, this card I think is going to be elite, man. Like, he is going to be so freaking good. And that brings us to our top 3. At number 3 for me, I'm going to go ahead and have the left outside linebacker Sean Taylor. And again, 2 0 AP buckets right here. And what we're looking for, mid zone, lurk artist for 0. And he's probably the best pass coverage linebacker in the game for sure. And Sean Taylor outside linebacker cards, always love these cards, man. Making the top 3 for me. And that's going to leave us with 2 cards right here, where at number 2, I'm going to go ahead and have Paul Krause. And Paul Krause at corner, whether he's safety, corner, I feel like this is always one of the best cards in the game. 6'3", 94 speed, 95 zone coverage, mid zone pick artist, 0 AP, gonna be a beast. And rounding it out, number 1, I will give it to Calvin right here. And Calvin is 6'5" with the 95 speed, 90s across the board for route running. And yeah, man, we are getting some very, very, very good cards. Like, I thought Zero Chill already was kind of crazy. Now we're introduced him with 2 frozen ability buckets. Kind of nuts, right? I think these cards somehow took a step above Zero Chill as well. It's kind of nuts. These cards are going to be so elite, man. So yeah, boys, hope you guys did enjoy the video today, man. I know it was a little bit different than what we do with tier list stuff, but again, like, there wasn't really a tier list to make today. All these cards are elite. So just went in order, gave you guys my thoughts, and almost all these cards, especially the 93s, are basically must-have players. Like, especially the top 10, top 11 cards, all try to get on your team if you guys want the best team possible. But yeah, boys, hope you guys enjoyed the YouTube video today, man. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Madden 25 Ultimate Team content just like this. Now, if you guys do want to go and see me use these cards live on stream, have been streaming on both YouTube and Twitch. To watch on YouTube, make sure to hit that noti bell as well. You'll be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or if you guys want to watch on Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.